ICAo audit is good, but enforcement is better. An international procedure must be emulated in the Nigerian aviation industry to enable infrastructure keep up with growth. Now, these are the words from the president of the Aviation Roundtable Initiative, Mr. Gabriel Olowo, who's our guest on the program.
ICAo audit is necessary and good. As we all know, International Civil Aviation Organization designs recommended and standard practices that must be met. Okay, they come in, they do their audit on our airports, and they go. Sometimes they pass us, okay, but after passing us, who enforces standard and recommended practices? That's my worry. Who enforces that all these recommended practices that ICAo is asking us, they are there? It has to be our CAA. It has to be a CAA that has the muscle. I've never heard of our CAA shut down an airport. Whereas our airports, some of the airports have been due to be shut down. An airport where the support services are not available. Okay? An aeroplane in a particular airport and passengers are descending on a ladder. Such airport must be shut down immediately by a CAA that has the powers to do so. An airport where cows are crossing the tarmac. After the ICAo audit, what is next? So we need a very strong CAA, a very powerful CAA, where politics is played down and the CAA has to do what it has to do. ICAo audit is good, enforcement is better. And I want to see more action from the CAA working on the airports as they do on airlines. And you know, Nigerians, we don't fail exams. We have a way of not failing exams, but after not failing exams, what do we present after not failing? The student is brilliant from the university, he comes with a 2-1, 2-2, but when he gets to employment, it's just 0. So the important thing is, after passing an exam, what do we bring to the market? What kind of services do we deliver to the market? Are people happy in our airports? Are the services still top level service? Is that what we receive? After passing the exam, when you get to our toilets at the airport, are they toilets that meet international standard? So what happens after the exam? We will pass the exam, I do know that. But what are we going to see thereafter? That matters to me. It is important to have regular audits. At least it keeps you on your toes that inspection is coming. They're coming to check all this. When they check it, sustenance is important, but it is very good. It's positive. I expect to see better services. I expect to see new behavior. I expect to see international procedures being followed. I expect to see attitude of our people changing. Because part of the international recommended practices is that passenger processing must become seamless. But what do you find in our airports? It's becoming more and more cumbersome. You want to reduce the checkpoints to as few as possible to make the life of the passenger very comfortable. Okay? But you still have so many checkpoints in our airports. Checkpoints, all activities that should be harmonized into one place through use of technology. Everybody is still having his own desk for whatever reason. Perhaps laden or latent with corruption, which is a system that needs to be demolished in this country. You still have so many counters because of corruption. The system is supposed to become seamless as it is. That is the recommended practice. And those recommendations we need to enforce. We must see it happen. Given the dispensation we still have, we still don't have a focus vis-a-vis what do we want to do with our airports. Are we going to remain a government monopoly, or do we want to sell the airports? If we want to sell the airports, what's our timeline to sell them? How are we going to sell them? We need to get our act right on what exactly we need to do. Otherwise, we'll still do the audit. Another audit will come next year, we'll do it. And we're still going to have a government monopoly call fan. And once you have a government monopoly, all the disadvantages of monopoly will show. You have no option. The airlines have no option. The rent of MMA is the most expensive in the whole world, and yet the facility and the services are not there. So we must get our acts right. The transport minister already said we're going to sell some of the airports. Let's get those airports sold quickly, whether it's going to be PPP, concession. Let's have three airport companies of Nigeria. Let there be competition. Let everybody have the same facility. Let the airlines have an option of where to be a base, your operating base. You have an option of choice of which airport to use. You know, until that happens, the audio will just be same.
Don't forget that you can share your thoughts with us about the aviation industry via our feedback platforms. When we return after the break, we'll take a look at the two airports, Murtala Mohammed International Airport and Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, involved in the ICAo audit. Do join us again.